Today, what needs to happen today? The essence of step 10 is scheduling. Welcome again to another episode of the 1% in Recovery podcast, where we will encourage you to laugh every day, to work hard in recovery, work hard in your relationships, work hard in your job, business, school, just work, and to love unconditionally. Put much more love out there and watch more love return to you. Remember, recovery is beautiful. Your EQ is your IQ, and you cannot outthink an emotional issue. Now, what we are encouraging people to do is go to the website, lifeiswonderful.love, L-O-V-E, and download the Recovery Growth Scorecard. It is the scorecard that is free, which helps you start recovery. If you don't know where else to start with the scorecard, because that starts changing the neuroplasticity, the transmitters in your brain for natural dopamine, natural serotonin, natural endorphins, natural oxytocin, so you can start to heal. You've got to start to heal mentally within your brain. This is a brain disease. So now, just download the free scorecard, lifeiswonderful.love, L-O-V-E. Now let's jump into this week's episode. The essence of step 10, scheduling. What is step 10? Step 10 states that you're constantly taking a personal inventory. And a lot of people mistaken it about, when they're wrong, they have to promptly correct it and admit it. Well, first of all, that's not the way to deal with step 10. Step 10 talks about today, these 24 hours, being present. And if you're waiting till right before you get into bed to go to sleep to start thinking about what has happened in the past day, you're already behind the 8 ball. You should be already thinking about the next day before you get to sleep, what you need to do. As you wake up, it should be ready to attack and tackle the day. You should know your schedule. So I say the essence behind step 10 is knowing your schedule, knowing what you need to do, whether that's about your business, your job, your studies, your career? Is it about family, what you need to do for yourself as well as for your spouse, lover, partner? Be there for your kids or parents, as well as knowing what you need to do for your own health, whether that's your mental health, physical health, spiritual health, financial health, whatever you need to do. But you still got to start planning what are the most important things that you need to do. So that way you start attacking the day. Should always, to me, it should be starting with gratitude that you woke up and you actually have 24 hours to do something productive, to do something meaningful, to do something where you're moving your life ahead with your goals, with your dreams, on the life that you want to live, that you are creating. That you are the architect, that you are the general in your own life, and you're making decisions and you're moving forward. So to me it's not about, did I make a mistake and promptly admit it? Of course, if you make a mistake, correct it as it's being done, or if you have to and you thought about it and you had to think about it and you thought as you're going to sleep or waking up the next day. That's fine. But that should be the least of your concern. Because if you are thinking about the way I rewrote the 12 steps explained, am I bringing harmony to my world? Did I bring harmony to my world? How am I going about these 24 hours? Because if you're thinking of harmony, to me, is if I'm bringing harmony to my world, that means I'm already thinking outside myself. Like we said, these second 6 steps are about others. The first 6 steps are about self. The second steps are about others. We talked about step 7 was others. Step 8 was maturity. Step 9 was listening. And now step 10 is scheduling. That is how you start thinking about how you're going to start to move forward and how you're going to make this impact. That is so, so key to moving ahead in your life, in your recovery. So once you already start establishing what you need to do, that's why I always say, if you know all your goals and dreams, and you know the goals and dreams of your spouse, of your lover, of your partner, then you can start creating. Your day should already be fulfilled. That should be enough to be moving you forward, whether that's reading, whether that's listening to a podcast, whether that's doing whatever work you need to do to move your business, your ideas forward, or start planning whatever that is, if that's the vacation or some restaurant or some sporting event or something that you're training for or studying for. That should already be within the schedule. And when you start really having a detailed schedule, you can actually do more per day. I've spent a lot of time thinking about, okay, what are the 1 or 2, maybe 3 things I need to do? But if you start really putting down 10 things that you're trying to accomplish each day, you really start focusing on how much time we each waste. And I know that even in recovery, I've wasted time, whether it's wasted making workouts that should be 45 minutes, 60 minutes, at the most 75 minutes into 90 minutes into 2 hours. Or trying to just do what I need to do to move my business ahead in social media. And I'm going to be on social media for 30 minutes, and it's actually an hour and a half, 2 hours on various platforms. Or you're going to watch just an hour of TV and you end up watching 3 hours of TV, whether it's on Netflix, Apple TV, or any other streaming service. So look, I understand wasting time, or if you're trying to read books. The question is once I really tap into my schedule, I get more done because I'm constantly thinking, okay, I got to get off whatever I'm wasting, and then figure out, okay, the next time not to get into my ADD and get diverted. Move forward. You know, a lot of times we talk about step 10, you know, about your present examination. And then really it should be, what are your present opportunities? What is possible to be able to move forward so then you can get the best out of life? I mean, that is it. We all have opportunities each day to move forward. There's always something coming up, whether it's a connection we have, whether it's some business, whether it's an idea. And we be able to write things down. We jot down those notes. We reread some type of motivational quote or saying that gets us going. Or we maybe listen to a piece of music that always stimulates us, gets us revved up, gets us moving forward. That is key. So I want everybody to start thinking about their schedule, because that is what step 10 is about. Being present, bringing harmony to your world, scheduling what you need to schedule. Yes, correct any mistakes that you have done. Make amends or apologize. But in reality, I believe if you are really focused and you have everything that you need to do for your day, you're going to make very little mistakes where you're getting off the handle, where you may be saying something out of anger, frustration, inappropriate, or you're ignoring somebody and you're not dealing with what you need to do. You actually get to be focused on what you need to do and think about, okay, who do I need to uplift today? Who do I need to reach out today? How can I make other people's day better? Maybe it's just a simple word. Maybe it's a compliment. Maybe it's just a suggestion of, okay, what do you need? and then you can move forward. So I want people to think about this because it is so key. I talk about the free recovery growth scorecard because that's ways to just start generating healing, and it generates doing the right thing. And then that in turn means that you're more there for others, which this step is about being there for others, because you're doing things that you need to do each and every day, which usually involves other people. So think about that, as well as pushing forward, and always know what your present goals and dreams are, so then you can move forward and get those accomplished. Because that means that you're feeling fulfilled. And then also knowing what you need from others. Who else can help you achieve and check things off? So with all that, I want you to be clear on your schedule, move forward. That is the essence of step 10. With that, we're going to conclude this episode of the 1% in Recovery podcast.